Hello and welcome back to the Southern Bourbon and Whiskey Talk channel. This is Chris, and today, let me adjust this camera here. Today we're going to review a product that my wife bought for me about probably a month and a half, 2 months ago when she was driving through Kentucky at Jim Beam. It's a distillery exclusive, and it's this James Beam Distiller share. Made out of toasted brown rice. So we'll get into that, talk a little bit about it. But first off, for my new viewers, welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you checking me out. If you like the content that you see here on this video, consider checking out my other content. I have around 35 episodes posted. And also subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And to the returning viewers, welcome back. I appreciate you trusting this channel with some of your bourbon knowledge and your bourbon journey and everything. So, all right. And also comment if any of you guys or gals out there have had this James B. Beam Distiller Share Toasted Brown Rice. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about it and what it is. So, according to the website whiskeyraiders.com, it basically says this is a series of experimental whiskeys, and definitely that's experimental, using toasted brown rice, that will be released 3 or 4 times every year. So they'll have like different experimental bourbons and whiskeys that they'll release, and they're only sold at the distillery. This bottle cost Angela $70, and it was initially released on November the 16th. And it's only in a 375 milliliter. So basically you double that. You're talking about a $140 bottle of bourbon, right? It's 5-year age stated, and it comes in at 102 proof. Now, they do go on to say that Jim Beam would not release the exact mash bill on this, but they did say that the toasted brown rice replaced the rye in their regular mash bill. So you can find that easily and say this is 75% corn, 13% toasted brown rice, and 12% malted barley. So that's kind of what you could extrapolate. And they also go on to say this is not the first time they've used toasted brown rice. Back in 2020, for example, in Little Book Chapter 4, they included a brown rice bourbon in its blend. So if any of y'all have been fortunate enough to get Little Book Chapter 4 and everything, post in the comments what you thought about that. And if you've had the pleasure of trying this product, I'd like to hear from you and everything. All right, so let's get into this and see what we have. So cheers, my friends. Really sweet on the nose, on the initial. Yep, definitely. I'll get some the toasted oak, the char. I get like brown sugar, and I get some like honey on this. And unlike traditional Beam, like Knob Creek, you might get peanuts on it, but I don't here for sure. There is a little bit of like pecan. Pecan kind of has a unique scent and on the palate, but we'll see if we get it on the palate. But I definitely get like a toasted pecan there. So, all right, so let's see what we get on the palate. And before I get into the palate, You can see on the side it's got some legs, so it's definitely oily. So I would expect it to have a good mouth coating. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's really good. It's not overly complex. Very, very easy sipper. Great mouth coating. Not a lot of Kentucky hug up front. I got some bitterness, and it seemed like there was some dark chocolate there. There was some toasted like barrel char. I definitely get some pecan. I get the brown sugar there, and I'm thinking those flavors that I'm getting is coming from the brown rice instead of the rye and everything. But very, very good. Mm. Yep, very smooth, easy drinker, not overly complex, but it's solid. So my bottom line and my recommendation on this is, so if you're newer to the bourbon community and everything, and this is $70 for a 375 milliliter, so it's kind of a hard bite to chew. You might want to think about before you buying it. I mean, if you buy it, I think you're going to be pleased and everything. But you're talking about $70 for a 375 mil, or $140 for a regular bottle. Now, for the experienced bourbon drinker, especially if you're like a Jim Beam product fan of the Bookers, the Little Book, Knob Creek, it's definitely worth a buy and everything. And it's really tasty and an easy drinker. So this is definitely going to be something that I'll keep in my consideration for the 2023 Bourbon Whiskeys of the Year. It's good. It really is. It's not overly complex, but I like it because it's smooth. It's different. Beam is thinking outside the box, so I can definitely appreciate that. And I'm glad to have this bottle. And the next time I see other releases of the Distiller share at the distillery, I'll definitely consider buying them and giving them a try and everything. So, all right, with that, my friends, again, thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate you. If you're new or you've been out here quite a bit and you just hadn't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smash that alert bell, ring the alert bell, and so that way you get notifications of my new content. Like the video, and if you've had experience with this Distiller Share product or that Little Book Chapter 4 from 2020, put in the comments what you thought about it. All right, until next time, my friends, thank you very much. Cheers to you and good health.